All right, take a look at the Nuovoware 4.5-inch bench vise. All right, nice. So this is the vise. We can see we got an anvil on the top. We got a nice 4.5-inch jaw. I do like that mechanism. That feels nice and smooth. You got a diamond pattern jaw on both sides. That's gonna make sure we got a good grip on things. But they also gave us some pads for them. That's pretty cool. So these are magnetic pads, and they feel like a rubber, and they're nice and thick. So most of these things, they're pretty darn thin. They're like 1/8 of an inch. This is probably somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. Let's see. Yeah, so it's a little over 3/8, so fairly thick. And we also have patterns in here for holding different objects. So if you want to hold something at 45 degrees, you can use that. And we got different sizes for tubes or screws or whatever you got. And then if we need to hold something out straight, we can use that. So very cool. And these will drop in and hold because they're magnetic, and they will stay right where you put them. Very nice. And this is a bolt-in style base, and those holes are about 3.5 inches apart. But we can also see this slot that's cut out, so that is this. So we can loosen this guy up, and we can spin this. Not quite a full 360, but we can spin it quite a bit. So once we get this thing bolted down, we're still gonna have some room to where we can move it. And whenever you like it, you can go ahead and lock that guy back down. I also like that we actually have an anvil on here, so if you need to hammer on something, you need to have a nice hard surface for that, and use that, so that's good. We do have a standard sliding handle on here, so if you're on a position something like this where it's actually going to hit, you can just go ahead and slide that out, and you can still make that thing work. Very cool. Okay, so that is about the max, and with that padding we got a little over 2.5, about 2 5/8. And if we take the padding out, we got just under 4 inches, so about 3 3/4. We got a nice coarse lead screw, which is important because that means we don't have to spin this thing quite as many times in order to get that movement. But we also have these jaws right here, so if you need to hold on to tubes or pipe or whatever, you can grab those right there, and you don't have to worry about flattening them like if you're to use those flat jaws. But I also like that they just included the hardware for this. These are some nice long bolts too, so even if you have a thick bench, you'll still be able to make that work with this. So yeah, overall, that's a very cool vise.